This program is underwritten by KRZA members and Agroengineering, a team of professionals servicing the agricultural and water resource consulting needs of the San Luis Valley. The telephone number for Agroengineering is 719-852-4957. It's about 20 minutes before 8 o'clock here on Daybreak Over the Rio Grande, featuring NPR's Morning Edition. And this morning we're doing the first of what hopes to be a regular series of interviews with people who have events going on in the regional area. And we're going to start things off. Ladas Feliciano is here from the Southern Colorado Film Festival, which starts this evening at 7 o'clock and runs at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday at Carson Auditorium on the Adams State University campus. Good morning, Ladas.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. And so tell me a little bit about how this film festival got going, why, a little bit of the history, maybe?
Sure. Well, the history goes back to about 2008 when a group of folks, myself included, were sitting at Milagros Coffee House and said, man, wouldn't it be great if there was a film festival in Alamosa and in the San Luis Valley? And so we got together and we had a very limited amount of time and no money. So we made it happen in about a month and did a day-long festival at Adams State. And that incarnation was referred to as the Alamosa Film Festival. So some of the same folks from that incarnation, as well as some newer folks who were excited and energized by the idea, came together and said, hey, let's do this again. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's call it the Southern Colorado Film Festival to kind of broaden the reach here and make this a thing that keeps happening. So that's what we're doing.
It's a thing now.
It's a thing.
All right, good. And so tell me a little bit about the theme this year is land, water, community.
That's right?
And can you tell me a little bit about that theme and how it kind of manifests in the film festival?
Sure. Well, when we were getting together originally, we thought, what is the purpose of having a film festival and what will it do? What will it bring and what will it do for this particular community? And that's where the theme land, water, community came out of. We thought about what are the issues that are relevant to our community here in the San Luis Valley that we could see broadening to communities far away from us. And so we came up with the theme land, water, community to invite folks from near and far to engage in conversation about issues that are relevant to us and to places beyond. So we're really excited to have films from all over the place. We have films from the San Luis Valley, local films that address these exact issues about land, water, community, which, basically, they're broad for a reason. Land, well, how do we use the land? What does the land mean? We've got a lot of it here in the San Luis Valley, and there's a lot of it globally. So, and then, water and community, these are things that water invigorates community, land invigorates community, and these are things that are really, I think, really pressing here. And then we found that, these are issues that people are talking about worldwide. So the first film we're showing tonight is a short called The City, and it's actually about a drought in Taiwan and a heat wave. And the main character is just longing for some connection with exactly that, water. And he's searching for community at the same time. So it's about the isolation that exists in an urban setting. We're not an urban setting, but I think we can really relate to the idea of drought and heat and the longing for some kind of moisture. So, we found things far and wide that relate to the issues that we have here in the San Luis Valley.
All right. So can you tell us a little bit about some of the rest of the festival? What are some of the, I understand there's a kind of mini themes to some of the blocks of programming throughout the weekend.
Sure. So each day has programming, and each program is sort of focused onto a more specific topic. So tonight is opening night. So that's the topic is, hey, we're here, we're opening. And we have The City, the short film I just mentioned, and that's going to be followed by My Village, My Lobster, which is a documentary about commercial lobster diving on the coast of Nicaragua. And, you know, when I was watching this film, I thought about Rock Row Mushroom Farm. I thought about our migrant farm workers, because the film really addresses what agriculture and what industry do to communities, and how the presence of and potentially the lack of can affect communities. And so that's a beautiful film. Again, it's from Nicaragua, so we're opening the night with a film from Taiwan and a film from Nicaragua, so we're kind of going globally to start. But we have programming throughout the weekend that are really, you know, very varied. We've got a narrative shorts program on Saturday night, and that's exactly what it sounds like, just different narrative short films. Saturday morning at 2, I guess it's more the afternoon, after the chili cook-off at ASU. It's going to be a family program. And we've got a student showcase, all kinds of things. So I encourage you to go online to socofilmfest.com and check out our program and see what you might be interested in.
So if I'm looking to get a ticket, how should I do that?
Great question, Mike. So you can go online again to socofilmfest.com, and there's a link right there on the main page to get tickets at Brown Paper Tickets, and you can get festival passes as well as day passes there. Now, if you want to just come to the show, you can also just come up to the box office at Carson Auditorium. Now, if you're going to come to the box office, it is just cash and check. If you want to use a credit card, I encourage you to go online again, socofilmfest.com.
All right, I know we've only got about 3 minutes here, and this is probably a big question, but why film? Why a film festival instead of, I don't know, theater or literature or, you know, art or something?
That's a great question. You know, I believe that we are a very image-based and story-driven culture. The movies are how we as a society have been relating to each other and the world for over a century now. And we are fortunate enough to have a couple movie theaters in the San Luis Valley, so we're able to see the latest Iron Man and, you know, what other big blockbusters might be coming. And those are great, and I really appreciate those. But this is a way for us to hear stories that we're not as likely to see on TV or at the blockbuster, you know, box office. These are films made by people just like us to really broaden our experience as far as the stories we're exposed to. So I think story is really the focus of why a film festival is something important to bring here.
Yeah, and it seems like there is a community of filmmakers kind of growing in this area as well.
Absolutely. Well, there is a very growing film and media program at Adams State, and so that's a big part of this film festival, is to put some attention to that and really encourage those students to be making media. And we do have filmmakers all over the valley. I mean, it's quite surprising initially that there are so many people just all over the place making movies, making videos, creating art. And so we wanted to provide a venue for those folks to share their work, as well as inviting folks from far-reaching places to share their stories here.
Yeah, and I know New Mexico's made a decided effort to bring in film production.
Absolutely.
And I know there's a lot of film folks in New Mexico that would like to invite them to come up to the valley for the festival as well.
Absolutely, and we're fortunate enough to have the Santa Fe Independent Film Festival as well as the Taos Shorts Film Festival, and so we're just kind of encouraging those New Mexico folks to trickle up a little further and join us here in Southern Colorado.
Cinephiles
right.
Like to come up. So again, yeah, that is the Southern Colorado Film Festival taking place at Carson Auditorium on the Adams State University campus. Tonight at 7 o'clock, tomorrow, Friday at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. There's 2 different blocks. Saturday and Sunday also 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. You can get more information at socofilmfest.org, right?
Com.
I should remember that.
And, you know, I think we actually do have the org as well, so,
All
you
right.
know, try your luck, but .com to be safe.
Good, yeah, socofilmfest.com, and everybody's invited to come up and enjoy that. And thank you, Ladas Feliciano, for coming by and talking about that.